Oh yeah, before I get off, I want to do the CDL tier list because I wasn't able to do it during Major 3. But honestly, it's only been like, what, 2 weeks of qualifiers? So we didn't really miss out on too much. Plus, I watched like most of the matches back. So I actually have like this is like a scientific evaluation of how CDL teams are now. So first up, we have Vegas Falcons. Honestly, they're probably going to go in this tier. I kind of want to put them D because like some of their players are having good performances. Pred's having good performances. Priesta did crazy on that last S&D. He was like 2 kills away from breaking the kill record. No? He had like 15 or something like that, but then they kind of choked it. I'm only gonna put him here because like they keep going like four maps and then like they just take the L. I don't know. They've had a decent amount of map fives though, so it kind of goes both ways. But I'd probably say here for now, they're not the worst team in the league. There's still one more team worse than them, but I'll probably put them. I'll leave them right here only because like until they show like some sort of consistency, then like I can't really put them anywhere else other than this last tier. So that's like the only place I'm gonna put them. Minnesota. If this was like before the major, I'd probably put them B. I'll put them at like C for now. Again, it's just a consistency thing. Like literally, Estriel yesterday dropped like 11 kills in control, and for me, like I feel like a lot of us like Estriel. Estriel's a really good player, but until again that consistency comes back, even like Kenny dropped like 15 map one on Sunday. Like again, unless they get some sort of consistency rhythm, like I really don't know where else to put them aside from C. They could go B. B wouldn't be like a bad answer too. Honestly, like this team's a good team. I think Kenny was put in a pretty good situation of young guns he can teach. But like I think they've been tapering off like just a little bit. If this was before the major, I'd probably have him B. But for right now, I'll leave him C. Who else? Who else? Who else? Atlanta that's my that's my dog. Phase up. I'm an Atlanta Faze fan. No bias, no bias. All right, no bias. But you know, I will say this though. Although I'm an Atlanta Faze fan, they're not the best team in the league. And that y'all don't know how much that hurts me in my soul to say that they're not the best team in the league. Like again, I think the biggest issue is because everybody's been kind of like flaming them on Twitter for it. If they're not playing Thieves, they might get upset. I'm not even trolling. Like we might get upset if we're not playing Thieves to anybody. Really not anybody, but like if they're a mid tier team, they can look upset us if we're not if we're not going against LA Thieves. So that's like my only issue. Hardpoint was like looking a little bad at first. Hardpoint's kind of tapered off a bit. They're still good at like search and control and stuff like that, but Hardpoint definitely is like it could kind of go both ways. So that's the I'll leave them at S. They're the second best team. It hurts me my soul to say that, but they are the second best team. LAG, this is like the worst team in the league. Like it's not even close. I'm gonna say this right now. Your only highlights on Gentlemates, truth be told, are Johnny and Kismet. Fellow, let's be honest, he might go to Challengers next year. He might. Listen. This is what I think's gonna happen to Fellow. He's not gonna make the team past EWC. He's gonna go back to Challengers. He's gonna fry. I truthfully think that Fellow is like in a weird space because he's too good for Challengers. But like once he gets to the pro, I mean that's a lot of like older pros now. Like they're too good for Challengers, but then they get to the league and it just doesn't work out. Maybe he needs a better situation. Who knows? But I mean, dang, bro. And I like Fellow too. I'm not even trying to say that to be like a hater. Like Fellow's a good player. Obviously, he's been a pro for years. But I don't know, man. Just Fellow on this team isn't the absolute best. And then Lunars, honestly, Lunars wasn't doing too bad when he first joined LAG. Maybe it's just another situation thing. Like you bring in Johnny, he's like a very aggressive player, so he might be getting most of the kills. And then Lunas is not like he's not being left out there to dry, but like again, he's just sort of playing his role with the way Johnny plays on the team. So it really could go either way, to be honest. I mean, I just don't know how else to say it. But this is like by far the worst team in the league. By far the worst team in the league. They're worse than Vegas, in my opinion. Vegas at least has some strengths in like search with like, you know, Pred or not Pred. Let me not say that. Like Priesta, I mean Xnet, he's popping like 1v2s or whatever. So like it kind of goes both ways. But I would say for the most part, I see more potential in Vegas. Cause like let's be honest, LePred's gonna go recruiting this offseason. Like he literally is going to go LePred this season. Or this offseason, my bad. You know? So I would say LAG is probably a little bit worse. Probably a lot more worse. But both teams have their highlights. They have their players they know they're going to probably keep throughout the offseason and then like kind of go forward. So Vancouver, this is probably like the perfect A tier. Honestly, like the way Neptune has transformed this team, 04, Abuza, Nasty literally goes crazy against any top team. More so Faze, which I don't like that. I don't like that one. I don't like that one bit. But I mean, they're a really good team. There's not one mode that they're bad at. The only mode I could really say that they're maybe like worse than others is like control, which is like honestly, as long as you don't troll your defense and you get ticks, you're fine. Like that's literally the end game mentality when it comes to control and all that, you know. So honestly, as long as they don't like troll controls, then they're fine. Let me put my phone right here. But honestly, like this is literally the perfect like A tier team. I mean, they made back-to-back finals, no? They literally made back-to-back finals. The problem is that once they get to finals, they literally cannot win a single map. But honestly, like I think they're due for one. They're due for something. Maybe EWC. We'll see. This team's gonna stick together and go into next year. Believe me, they will. It's not even close. Toronto Ultra, I would say A tier. Do I think they're better than Surge though? I feel like these teams are just so neck and neck. I don't know. Isn't it like I forgot who, but one of these teams low key like 3-1 or 3-0 the other team, like consistently. I think it's Vancouver over Ultra. Yeah, low key now it is because I remember Vancouver like 3-1 to Ultra in the finals. Yeah, I'd say Vancouver probably has like the slight edge over Ultra, but the fact that they were able to like bring in Merc and do really good at Major 3, that says a lot. Beans is still like a good player. I don't know why people were asking for Beans to go like to hit the unemployment line, but Beans is a good player. He's a good AR, you know? Do I think they should have kept Merc? Probably, but at the same time, like Optic kind of needed that risk, especially to change up the roster. Like everybody knew how Toronto was with Beans on the roster. They all knew that they were like a top 5, top 4 team. So I can see why they brought back Beans and like they didn't want to just like throw him to the curb, you know? Like that would be crazy on Beans to throw him to the curb with less than 12 hours because of a visa issue. It's gonna be like the Real thing, like all over again when he was trying to join what, Minnesota, or it was what, Falcons, or not Falcons, Ravens, you know? So that, I mean, that would suck for Beans, but I mean, they know how good they are with Beans, so they're fine. It's not even close. Let's see. Boston, this is probably a B. I'm not gonna lie. I'd say B. Somehow, some way, like this is, you know, what sucks too. When I was like giving y'all predictions on Boston Breach all the time, they were like by far had like some of the worst control players in the league. Somehow, some way, I don't want to say they've gotten like better at control, but like low key, I don't know. I feel like this team, as long as they can get their control right, they'll be a solid team. I mean, they're a solid team now. I have them in B, obviously, but I don't know why. I feel like control, they kind of falter, but recently it hasn't felt that way. Not one bit. It has not felt that way one bit. I would be honestly shocked to see if they could get any worse at control, especially Purge. Purge seems to have gotten a bit better at control these last couple weeks with like some of the matches. It definitely seems that way. I mean, Snoopy's still playing really good. Your biggest issue is Cammy. Cammy's kind of your X factor. I'm not gonna lie. Awakening has had some decent performances. He's kind of gotten back into somewhat of a form. Cammy's your X factor. Let's be honest. Cammy's the number one X factor. Once he hits LAN or online, like the difference in KD between online and LAN is astonishing. But I feel like that's for a lot of players. So I'm not really gonna harp on that too much. You know, that's really my big thing with Cammy. It's like how much are you going to like bring that consistency from online to LAN? At this point, it really don't matter because we're about to have champs in like what, a month and a half. So honestly, you just gotta play really good this split. Go to champs, maybe get like top 5, and then if y'all don't win, go to EWC. So, but I think Boston's B. I think they've made solid improvements throughout the year. Heretics, I'm not gonna lie. What did I have him last time? I think I had him like C last time, or D. I mean, I don't know. I kind of want to put him in between Ultra and Vancouver. Cause I don't know, bro. The way they be hyping up the crowd, dog, is insane. It is insane. They just somehow make top 4 on LAN like almost every other major. And then like once they added Super, they're winning every S&D in existence. They can't lose a S&D, which is crazy because they would literally go to map 5 in the major 1 qualifiers and they would lose all the time. That's how it was in the Major 1 qualifiers. Everything went to a map 5. I swear, I promise you. In the beginning, everything was map 5. Especially with teams like Minnesota. They somehow always found a way to get to a map 5. Now everything's getting 3-0s, which I'm not complaining when I do the watch parties. I'm trying to go enjoy my weekend. Obviously, I'm streaming and I enjoy it, but you know, we have a 5-6 hour block where it's getting nothing but streaming. On weekends more so. It's not the end of the world. So, but I would say for Miami, I mean, Super looks incredible. Super looks incredible. Honestly, every time I see Super doing bad, by the end of the map, he somehow is like +5 or more. So low key contender for Rookie of the Year. Maybe Rancor might. I mean, honestly, Rancor before Super joined the team, I would have said Rancor was Rookie of the Year. Low key, Super might have that under his bag for this team, at least for this team, because there's really no other rooks that have like really been like that crazy, except for like Merc. And if he continues to do what he does, I mean, we'll talk about it once we get to Optic. But if Merc continues to do what he does, then I swear to God, Rookie of the Year, fucking maybe MVP. Who knows, bro? But nah, Miami. I mean, super good at search, solid at hardpoint, good at control. Like this is like they've earned their top 5 spot. Especially after Major 1, everyone was still kind of deciding like, do we want them in that spot? They deserve it. They're top 5 in the league. Cloud9 with Cap and Spart. Ooh, I'm trying to think. With Spart and Cap, they're playing pretty well. They're playing pretty well. Like they fit the system good. Like nothing. Like they haven't really had like a bad like series. Like if anything, like they're getting like 1 KDs on the map. Like they're getting 1, they're dying, but like they're playing their role really well. They're not really doing terrible. I don't want to put them B just yet. I don't know. I kind of want to go C, but I wouldn't mind putting them B. But Sib is playing really good too. That's my issue. I feel like I want to put C or B. I'll leave him C for now. I'll leave him C enough. If I want to see something get changed, then I'll kind of go from there. But I'll put him C for now. Oh my God, I hate this team. LA Thieves, unfortunately, the #1 team in the league. This team has no weaknesses aside from Faze. They have, and maybe Boston from like Major 2. This team has no weaknesses. Super good at hardpoint, super good at control. The only thing that a team can maybe take them in is search. I'm being so dead serious. If this team fully locked in on search, and I'm not saying they're a bad search team because they're actually really. I mean, honestly, Major 2 quals, they were like the best search and destroy team in the league. I think sometimes S&D can sort of taper on and off depending on like how teams do. But it's crazy too because I feel like everybody kind of knew going into this year they were going to be insanely good at respawn. They came in insanely good at respawn. Teams caught up at this point, not like incredibly to where they're like taking maps, but like teams have like at least caught up in terms of keeping it competitive with Thieves. Because I remember what was it? They were like first match of the day, like of the season, right? They 250 like 60 somebody, or like 250 like 110 somebody. It was bad, very bad. Now that they have rewind back, they're gonna be disgusting. Control. I mean, in my opinion, they're the best control team in the league. They've been the best control team all year. I'm not even trolling one bit when I say that. They are by far the best control team in the league. Nobody can hang with them in control. Faze, maybe. Faze is like maybe. Like solid, like they could maybe go like round 5. But like by far the best control team in the league. It's not even close. And S&D, they did really insanely good at Major 2. They're the team to beat. I know I sound like I'm glazing, but like it's truthfully, it's baffling. Baffling's not even a big word. I'm just using words that I wouldn't normally use, but it's baffling to see how good this team is, especially this close to the champs. I don't know. It's just gonna be insane. Optic Texas. Honestly, after the way Merc's been playing, I'm willing to put them at B. I am willing to put them at B. The way that Merc, bro, this kid Merc. This kid's the truth. I'm not gonna lie. He came into the perfect situation. I really want to know what team he declined an offer for, because he said he declined an offer before he joined Optic. I don't know who it was, but he said he declined an offer. We got to see who that is. So somebody out there in the Twitter comms, they're gonna figure it out. I give it like 2 weeks. Someone's gonna figure it out, or Merc might say it. We'll see. He might say it on his stream or something. We'll figure it out. But listen, Merc, like the way he's playing, he's like low key the best control player in the game. He has not had a bad control. He went 34 and 11 yesterday, and a 3-0. Like that's nuts. But honestly, he was doing that like during Major 3. He averaged a 1.15 on Toronto and averaged more kills than Joe and Kleenex. That's insane. Joe and Kleenex are like some of the best subs in the league, and the fact that you're the flex, you're averaging more kills and have a better KD is nuts. But I mean, the fact that he joined Optic, they look a lot better. Hook low key. I'm gonna say this right now. Hook is looking really, really good. Hook is looking really good. He's not like, what's the word? Like I feel like he's keeping up with Merc. He's keeping up with Merc. Shotzi's been struggling a bit. I feel like Hook's still been able to at least keep up with Merc and sort of been that like fast paced sub. Granted, I mean Shotzi is also fast paced, but obviously Shotzi's performances haven't been like. I think they haven't been what everybody thinks of Shotzi, like this high standard, which is good for Shotzi. I mean, he should be held in that standard. He's like one of the best sub players in the game, you know? So I don't know. If Merc has another masterclass and they 3-0 another team, I would be willing to put them A, but like bottom of A, because I don't think they're like actually low key. It really depends how they do at the major. I would be willing to put them at A tier, depending on how well they do at Major 3. That's the biggest thing. If they do really well at Major 3, I'm willing to put them at A. I don't think they'd be better than these teams, but they would be up there. Carolina, honestly, this is actually low-key perfect. I'm putting them at D. Bro, I hate this because I'm literally a TJ Halley fan. TJ Halley is literally my GOAT. You cannot tell me any different. But your team is terrible. At least the way they're playing. I mean, listen, I like Dylan Rex. He's kind of like just went completely quiet. Completely quiet. And I don't even want to say that in terms of performances, just more so like team success, everything kind of, you know, going on with the major and like how well they're playing. Like they just kind of tapered off. And I think a big reason too is that they did really well in the beginning of the year and they just have tapered off since, you know, that's just the biggest thing. But I do like the team. I do think they could do at least solid, maybe going up to the major. It just depends who they're playing against. Like if your qualifiers is like Thieves, Miami, Boston, maybe a Cloud9, like it might be like a little bit like, you know, it might be starting the losers bracket. Hopefully they don't, you know. I like Carolina. They're a solid team. But low key, I don't know. This kind of sucks. I feel for Tej because I'm a Tej fan. But damn. Yo team has fallen off a cliff. A literal cliff. You know? That's how COD is. COD is such a day-to-day esport. Like, you're not going to be the best every day. Your team's going to taper in some way, shape, or form. They might be doing good at scrims. We will never know unless somebody says something. And they could be lying. They could be lying straight to their teeth. But, I don't know. This is the tier list, though. I think this is a W tier list. This is backed by science. This is completely backed by science. Nobody can tell me wrong.